Welcome, Lord Mayor, graduands, family and friends, to this very special occasion here at the O2 Guildhall in Southampton. It's my role as Vice President, Engagement and International, and the presiding officer today to formally declare this ceremony open for the conferment of awards. On behalf of the university and my colleagues here today, let me be the first to offer my congratulations to all of you on your achievements. This is a momentous occasion and one I hope you will savour today and cherish in your memories for years to come. You will emerge with knowledge and skills from your time at Southampton that I hope will have prepared you well for the world. To say that your university experience has been a highly unusual one would, for you, to be an understatement. We have to acknowledge that clearly, and I will come back to that in a moment. Studying for a degree is demanding enough in itself, and yet you have all faced many more challenges throughout your time with us than you might ordinarily experience. You have worked exceedingly hard, and you have overcome so much. I want to recognise today the impact of the global events that have spanned your time at university, which will have given you a different experience from what was the pre-2020 regarded as normal. However, none of these should overshadow your achievements. There was, of course, COVID-19, a truly historic event, and I do not use these words lightly. It was a global pandemic of a scale and impact that probably only happens once a century. Let's hope it remains that way. As a professor of demography, I just want to give you some facts and figures about COVID-19 for some perspective. If you look at the list of pandemics across humankind's recorded history, it's the 5th most devastating in terms of the absolute number of people who died from it. And in relative terms, because we have a much larger world population today, it is now the 12th most deadly pandemic ever since there have been reliable records. The point is that when people are reading the history books in several hundred years' time, COVID-19 will undoubtedly figure as one of the pandemics of real note in world history. You lived through that, and many of you had to study through that for your degree. On top of that, in February 2022, a real and extended land war broke out in Europe, something that has not happened at this scale between sovereign nations for nearly 80 years. The global nature of the world economy means it has come to affect us all in many different ways, including the very significant increase in energy prices and the wider effect on inflation. There was also the short-lived budget last autumn that caused instability in the markets. And all of these factors have combined to mean inflation has reached around 10%, a place it has not been for 30 years, meaning that many people, including students, have found the cost of living increasingly difficult. There has also been political instability in the UK, which we are not used to, with 3 prime ministers within a year, and even more secretaries of state for education, including the shortest serving of all time. I think they managed about 2 hours. This political uncertainty and the cost of living pressure have then led to workplace unrest around things such as pay. In the last year, there have been national strikes for junior doctors, nurses, teachers, railway workers, and one affecting you directly, as some university staff have taken action. The senior leadership team of the university are very sorry for the way this will have affected your experience, but we recognise that colleagues have the right to strike, which is actually one of the outcomes of our democracy and freedoms. Hence, you have come through immensely tough times, but nevertheless, you still have accomplished something remarkable. Now it is your opportunity to change the world for the better, and I hope you are looking forward to the future with optimism and determination. You are part of our 161-year history. Having humbly begun life as the Hartley Institute here in the city centre in 1862, we were the first institution to be granted university status under our former Queen in 1952. It was very easy to remember our jubilees because we celebrated ours as we celebrated the Queen's, and we'll now have to look for some new landmark to remember how old we are as an institution. We are now, however, world-renowned, with 7 physical sites, 6 in the UK and 1 in Malaysia, and globally, we are one of the top 100 universities in the world, and closer to home, we are a top 20 university. In fact, to be precise, and again, as a professor of demography, I do like my numbers, we have been ranked as 81st this year in the QS World Rankings. This is fantastic achievement when you consider how many excellent universities there are across the world, to be 81st in the entire world. In the UK, we rank 17th in the Complete University Guide, and 16th in the Guardian University Guide, and 16th in the Times and Sunday Times Good University Guide. Now, each one of these league tables measures slightly different things, so to be in the top 20 of all 3 at once is an amazing achievement. Our reputation is increasing both nationally and globally, and this is now reflected in that we have had record numbers of applications to start with us in 2023. It is becoming increasingly competitive to come to the University of Southampton. We are also, as I'm sure you're aware, a member of the prestigious Russell Group. So graduating from our university will put you in good stead as you find your feet and travel down your chosen path. Our people are at the heart of who we are as a university, and you are all an important part and valued member of our community. Remember that you are part of our history. Everyone who has passed through our university and across our graduation stage has played a vital role in Southampton's identity. Your experiences here and your successes in the future will help to forge the reputation of the university. I have been delighted to hear about so many of your achievements through your studies and through your extracurricular activities that you've taken part in. I know you will take all of these experiences forward to make the world a better place, and you will achieve remarkable things in your own unique way. The university strategy indicates that it is here for everyone with the skills and aptitude to succeed. We are here to make the world a better place and to achieve the remarkable. We are 18 months into a new university strategy, and as the Vice President responsible for our civic, international, and our equality, diversity, and inclusion strategic plans, I could reflect on many things that we have achieved, but I don't want to take up too much time. But there are a few things I want to highlight. This spring, we appointed our first ever Associate Vice President for Equality, Diversity, and Social Equity. We still see too many indicators that show that we are not yet achieving true equality, and it is the responsibility of everyone to ensure we achieve this. Secondly, I'm proud that we continue to be a leading research university. Last year, colleagues from social statistics and demography, together with colleagues from gerontology and economics, all in the School of Economics, Social and Political Science, who we're graduating today, were awarded £10 million for a new research collaboration to better understand the flows of support between different generations. Something I'm sure those of you in the room recognise as being important, especially the so-called BOMAD, or Bank of Mum and Dad. And in the last month, it was announced that Southampton is the lead on a £31 million grant to universities to look into responsible artificial intelligence, AI, which is the technology that will then transform our lives. Southampton is at the forefront of doing the thinking and inventing that will shape tomorrow's society. Finally, and much closer to home, we are delighted about the development of the Sir James Matthews building and holding our graduation back here in the Guildhall. This is fantastic. In March, we signed a civic partnership agreement with the 5 authorities we have a footprint in Southampton, Winchester, Eastleigh, Test Valley and Hampshire, as we wanted to signal we see ourselves as real partners in developing those places. It is a real joy to see you all here celebrating your hard-earned accomplishments today. I hope you take pride in being a member of our university for life as part of our global alumni community. As you embark on your next adventure, I hope you will hold your time here at Southampton very close to your heart. So here's to you, our students, our graduands, our graduates, our alumni, and our future. Let's now continue with today's celebrations by welcoming you to the next stage of your lives. Congratulations to you all.
Vice President. Hello, my name's Deborah Gill. I'm the Vice President Education and Students, and it's now time for us to celebrate the winner of our 2023 Outstanding Alumni Award in the Alumni Service category. Stephen Dulake is Global Head of Credit, Securitized Products and Public Research at JP Morgan Chase & Co. Born and raised in London, Stephen was the first in his family to attend university, initially reading economics as an undergraduate at UCL. After his tutor suggested he should continue his studies, Stephen arrived at Southampton to complete a master's in economics and econometrics at the university, which he completed in 1990. Stephen joined the National Institute of Economic and Social Research soon after graduating, but after a short time pivoted to the financial services industry, where he has been ever since. He has spent the last 20 years at JP Morgan. He manages a global team of around 120 professionals whose focus span both developed and emerging markets. He has gone on to become a leading figure in the financial sector and a respected voice in the industry. For the last 6 years, Stephen has been based in New York with his wife. Despite the distance, he remains a fervent supporter of Chelsea Football Club. In 2017, Stephen donated the first ever Ignite scholarship to the university. Not only did he pay one student's tuition fees in their entirety, but he also paid for their maintenance support. It was important to Stephen to provide a student with the same opportunity as he had enjoyed at university without having to worry about finances. Stephen hoped the student who, like him, were the first in their family to attend university or might otherwise be put off by the cost of tuition would be able to benefit and flourish here at Southampton in the same way that he was able to broaden his own horizons here. From his one generous gift, Ignite has grown to become the University of Southampton's flagship widening participation and social mobility programme. The programme has gone on to raise over £1 million and currently supports 90 students across 3 academic cohorts. This support is more than financial. It also offers innovative workshops, mentoring, internships, and field trips. None of this would have been possible if it hadn't been for Stephen. His generosity provided the fuel to ignite the potential of students who might have otherwise found themselves hidden in the shadows. Not only did Stephen kindly donate a second scholarship in 2020, but his example has inspired hundreds more alumni and supporters to give generously to the cause. Stephen takes a keen interest in the lives of those Ignite programme that he supports, but he has always been clear that his support is unconditional. His only goal is to see students make the most of their time at university and achieve their full potential. Stephen's aims are closely aligned with the positive ethos the university has in widening participation, and we are thrilled to recognise Stephen's significant contribution to university life through this Alumni Service Award.
Thank you. The first thing I wanted to say is congratulations to everyone in the room who's graduating today. In time, I hope you will look back on your time at university and your experience as positively as I do. You will have undoubtedly learned new things and no doubt made friends for life. Now, it's only 3 years, but for me a lot longer in terms of thinking about the time leading up to university. But if I could ask you to turn back the clock to that period, I have been given the opportunity to relive this a little through the eyes of my son, who will start the application process this coming autumn for a university place in 2024. He's not alone, of course, but there are some very talented yet anxious school children out there who don't have the benefit of being able to talk to a parent or family member who went to university, or who worry about the cost of a university education, or what burden that cost might place on their families. As the first person to go to university in my family, I know how this can feel. So what started, I don't talk about myself very often, so what started as a conversation over coffee in Canary Wharf between myself and the university about supporting a single student through the university years has grown over time to become the Ignite program today. I am truly humbled to receive this award. While I have been singled out for praise today, thank you. The truth is the program wouldn't be what it is without the hard work of the staff at the university and the generous financial backing of other like-minded alumni. The Ignite program matters deeply to me because I believe that everyone has the potential to make a difference, and your background should not limit what you can achieve. In fact, the challenges you overcome are the things that will make you stronger and help you grow over time. I know several of you graduating this week have benefited from being involved with Ignite, and I wanted to say how proud I am in you seeing you reaching this milestone. You got this far on the strength of your own talent and dedication, but I'm delighted that the university has been able to support you along the way. I'm also proud to be an alumnus of a university that cares about this kind of thing. A university that recognizes we should be throwing open our doors to bright and curious minds wherever we can find them. A diversity of life experience is so important if you want to build a better society, and that's something I truly believe in, and which I think we're all capable of contributing to in our own way. There is a wealth of talent and ambition in this room, and I'd encourage all of you as you start your next adventure to remember to stay connected to Southampton, to the university, and to the connections you made here. Stay connected and consider how you can use your success to give back to the ones who come after you. We all have a part to play in creating the future as we want to see it. Every one of you has a different story, but as you go into the world, you all have something amazing to offer, I believe. Congratulations again to those of you graduating today, and thank you.
Vice President, I submit to you the candidates from Social Sciences for the awards of Bachelor of Science, Master of Public Administration, Master of Science in the Social Sciences, Doctor of Philosophy. The names of the candidates from Politics and International Relations are shown in the programme, and I ask you to admit them to their awards.
I was so excited I was going to admit them to their awards too early. I admit them and those in absentia to their awards.
Vice President, I present to you the following Bachelors of Science. Charles Allen. Rommel Christian Bahar. Charlotte Elizabeth Outerson Boothby. Frederick Alexander Court. Tess de Souza. Lucy Rose Fairgrave. Melis Japio. Leonard Maximilian Koenig. Reagan Thomas Palmer. Nina Pierre. Joshua Recker. Alice Whitman. Xing Hang Yu. George Cheney. Marinka Cordoni. David Frost. Isabel Gallagher. Harvey Sullivan. Sophie Verbrugge. Samuel Weeks. Joshua Howell Lam. Aya Bell. Alice Marie Louise Bryce. Sejal Sanal Daruka. Vanessa Manilova. Faisal Falayemi Sarumi. Stephen Joel Duxbury Williams. Morgan Charles Napoleon Bell. Charles Blurkham. Lydia Cathersides. Hui Tang Chan. Eloise Jean Crossman. Ricardo da Silva. Obasimidele Awashika. Harriet Day. Jack Dodd. Isabella Castholm Egvang. Luca Faccini. Lewis Fox. Thomas Edward Gallagher. Oliver Jasper. Scarlett Evelyn Keating. Neve King. Jack Lester. Edward Jude Leverett. Ben Edward Nigel McCluskey. Liam Harry McDonough. Eve Mercer. Louis Frederick Hayden Morgan. Kayla Ray O'Neill. Justine Ndaya Anokoko. Samuel Saka. Harry William Shays. Harvey. Piripat Sparks. Robert Stewart. Paul Kahinde Taiwo. Sachin Thorogood. Long Viet Tran. Charles Vaughan. Jasmine Verma. Charles Henry William White. Robert Wiltshire. Vice President, I present to you the following Masters of Science. Nicholas Arthur Adlam. William James Adam Bennett Lynch. Kieran Cahill Green. Charles Henry Doggett. James Andrew Evans. Isabel Garcia. Emma Hazeldown. Lucy Hain. Enrique Lado Duarte. Isabella Mackenzie. Lise Malta. William Watson Rennick. Megan Walsh. Vice President, I present to you the following Masters of Public Administration. Yusuf Eleman. Isabella Elliott. Yawen Gua. Yufeng Li. Christian Matthew Sherrington. Vice President, I present to you the following Masters of Science. Sahil Day. Charlotte Lucy Donaldson. Hannah Eleanor Hulin Knudson. Supanet Rakpandi. Benjamin Schofield. Callum Short. Dominika Zarek. Vice President, I present to you the following Doctors of Philosophy. For a thesis entitled Comparing Network Governance in England and China, the case of elderly care and social care for people with learning disabilities, Yongmei Li. For a thesis entitled Fragmentation in English Local Elections, 1973 to 2018, Samuel Shorto. Vice President, the names of the candidates from the School of Economic, Social and Political Sciences are shown in the programme, and I ask you admit them to their awards.
I admit them and those in absentia to their awards.
Vice President, I present to you the following Bachelor of Science. Katie Louise Woods. Vice President, I present to you the following Masters of Science. Mark Anthony Kay. Claire Louise Thomas. Anne Elizabeth Heel. Pamela Joan Chegwidden Radcliffe. Vice President, the names of the candidates from social sciences, from social statistics and demography are shown in the programme, and I ask you that you admit them to their awards.
I admit them and those in absentia to their awards.
Vice President, I present to you the following Bachelors of Science. James Cooper. Anna Hinchcliffe. Alia Hussein. Harry Paul Tibbets. Daniel Boone. Vice President, I present to you the following Masters of Science. Maria Iliana Bork. Okay, Krishna Devi. Hamza Shahid. Kate Agami. Penelope Victoria Baxter. Sophie Chobachi. Anestas Golubovas. Hannah Zara Hamer. Rosie Annie Ann Kay. Chloe Reed. Wenhui Zhai. Lewis Matthews. Lauren Esther Kelly. Vice President, I present to you the following Doctors of Philosophy. For a thesis entitled Balanced Two-Stage A-Equal Probability Sampling, Shoaib Ali. For a thesis entitled Education as a Growing Source of Social and Political Cleavage, Elizabeth Simon. For a thesis entitled Exploring the Role of Parental Separation, Childhood Mediators and Family Dynamics on Demographic and Health Outcomes at Midlife, Findings from the 1970 British Cohort Study, Sebastian Stannard. For a thesis entitled Women's Economic Empowerment and Household Well-Being in Sub-Saharan Africa, Case Study on Malawi, Eunice Mweni Williams. Vice President, the names of the candidates from Sociology, Social Policy and Criminology are shown in the programmes, and I ask you to admit them to their awards.
I admit them and those in absentia to their awards.
Vice President, I present to you the following Bachelors of Science. Rosie May Bagshaw. Adam Bunawara. Jenna Brown. Darcy Cummins. Eliza Godby. Megan Kelly. Ellie Jane Lawton. Victoria Julia Lorick. Suzanne Lucas. Megia Megling. William Penning. Nicola Rack. Megan Lily Smart. Holly Elaine Beatrice Ellen Summerfield. Mia Isabella Adams. Miriam Ali. Jack Sirius Allen. Catherine Claire Ardell. Alicia Box. Wojtek Bugajski-Kobiec. Cody Celestine. Taylor Clark Ebden. Rachel Louise Corpez. Maria Walid Fagali. Phoebe Fielding. Juliet Gupta. Emma Handley. Bhavisha Jagrup. Valeria Kolova. Rebecca Louise Manctala. Chantal Moipat. Eleanor Grace Muller. Lewis O'Neill. Katie Ramsbottom. Katie Ann Louise Schilling. Megan Tarr. Samra Wasim. Lucy Joanna Wells. Scarlett Annabella Young. Anna Monica Mihaela Banto. Erin Patricia Burtonshaw. Millie May Clive. Eduardo de Figueiredo Pereira. Madison Fisher. Hannah Gooderham. Katie Kramer. Chi Merce Parkerna. Annalisa Pogacic. Lauren Punter. Jamie Sivio. Amy Staples. Eleanor Joanna Stevens. Jasmine Yu. Olivia Frances Bishop. Holly Conroy. Charlie Duchesneau. Victoria James. Lucy Lendon. Taylor May Lowe. Amelia Bluebell Mia Moore. Katie Panner. Amy Elizabeth Treglown. Molly Elizabeth Kelly. Olivia Georgina King. Lily Parkinson. Natasha Sproul. Tara Louise Wheatley. Vice President, I present to you the following Masters of Science. Bekelelua Ajayi. Thomas Anthony Bradshaw. Martina Chakarova. Charlie Samuel Hall. Maxine Charlie Hotz. Lucas Ewan James Moran. Bethan Phillips. Chloe Elizabeth Smith. Lauren Stevens. Chloe Hannah Tomlinson. Vice President, I present to you the following Masters of Science in the Social Sciences. Shuhong Zhang. Elizabeth Rose Hitchings. Leah May McKee. Lamia Saif. Harry Sweet. Alec Christopher Taylor Durant. Vice President, I present to you the following Doctors of Philosophy. For a thesis entitled From One Child to Two Children, The Opportunities and Choices of the One-Child Generation in Jiangsu, China, Shubei Ni. For a thesis entitled Investment of Criminal Proceeds into the Legitimate Economy, an analysis of Italian and Russian organised crime in the UK real estate market, Emanuele Sclafani. Vice President, I present to you the following Bachelors of Science. Kadru Omar.
Welcome. My name is Nikos Tsavidis. I'm Professor of Statistics, and as Head of the School of Economics, Social and Political Sciences, I want to take this moment to offer you the warmest of congratulations. All of you here today have achieved some remarkable things while you have been with us at Southampton, despite the many obstacles you have faced over the past few years. Perhaps you started a research journey, uncovered new passions, or ventured out into the world of placements or a year abroad. Perhaps you are most proud of the relationships you built and the memories you made with friends. Perhaps something has been ignited within you that fuels your desire to study further. Indeed, being here today is likely to be your most meaningful milestone of all. Graduation is always a momentous occasion, but since many of you have endured so much uncertainty during your time with us, today feels even more significant. You have not had an easy journey at all, and yet here you are. All of us within the School of Economics, Social and Political Sciences are very proud of you all, not only because of your academic achievements, but also because of your resilience, determination, and perseverance. Please take a minute to savor this moment. Please take a look at where you are, who you are with, and what this ceremony truly means. Be present. The last few years have been very eventful, to say the least. But it is also very important to reflect upon the more positive parts we have achieved together. So please do allow me a few moments to do so. We are very proud of our undergraduate and postgraduate economics students that were members of teams that were ranked top 5 in Europe and top 10 in the world out of more than 900 teams globally in the 2022 Bloomberg Trading Competition. Attracting student delegations from around the country, the Model United Nations Society hosted their first major on-campus event in June this year. Linked to our politics and international relations curriculum, this year's theme was on empowerment against global injustice, and the diverse gathering of student delegates engaged in spirited and respectful debate about real-world challenges that are faced around the globe. Our academics in the Departments of Social Statistics and Demography and the Department of Gerontology have secured large research grants to work on addressing important societal challenges in the areas of connecting generations, pensions, global population estimation, measuring migration, fertility, and mortality, addressing global health challenges, and measuring extreme poverty using machine learning methods. This year, our academics in politics and international relations completed work on health inequalities of displaced women and girls in Central and South America. And our academics in criminology, sociology, and social policy are working on the ethics of using artificial intelligence predictive systems in the criminal justice system. All this groundbreaking work on contemporary issues conducted by academics across our departments is informing policies of national governments and international organizations across the globe. As you join our university's alumni community, you must remember that you will always be a member of our economic, social, and political sciences family too. We hope you will stay in contact as you set off on the next stage of your life's journey. Maybe our paths will cross again someday. We are so excited to see what lies ahead of you and the difference you will make to the world and the lives of those that surround you. Congratulations to you all.
Wow, thank you. It's a real privilege for me to be here in my vice president role. This is my first year that I've been as a presiding officer. I was in the very first ceremony, and now I'm in the very last ceremony. And we've saved the best for last, I think. We have the Lord Mayor with us. And also, this is my home school. You might have gathered that when I was so excited to see our graduates coming across the stage. So I'm really, really proud and really pleased to be here. But now you've had your moment on the stage, there's so much more to do, many hugs to have, photos to take, glasses to raise, so I'm going to keep this part really short. While this is very much your day, I think we should also just take a minute to thank the people who were there for you along the way. Your family, your friends, your support networks, your tutors, some of here who may be here with you today. So when you leave your seats, please share your gratitude with them. Let me also add by saying thank you, graduates. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and your bright minds. Thanks for all you will go on to do. You are now part of our extensive alumni community, over 280,000 of you, spanning 190 countries and overseas territories. You are joining people who are actively working against climate change, fighting for social justice, and helping save lives. You are joining journalists, presenters, entrepreneurs, and artists. You are joining countless Southampton graduates who are making a difference in small ways every single day. Our alumni community is invaluable, and so I ask that you use your place within it as much as you can. Learn from others, forge connections, and keep in touch. And I urge you to consider giving back too. Becoming a mentor, for example, is a wonderful way of ensuring another Southampton student can benefit from your experience. Most importantly, your alumni community is there to support you. You are never alone in your endeavours. So finally, I'd like to ask you all to offer a final round of applause to recognise your achievements. And come on, let's make some noise. Thank you. I've got one final sentence on my speech to say, which is, I now formally declare this ceremony closed.